The creator of Claude Code says that he does not prompt Claude anymore. Instead, he uses loops that are running and prompting Claude to figure out what to do next. So you're not writing prompts anymore. You are writing loops that write prompts to Claude Code. In a similar fashion, Peter Steinberg, the creator of OpenClaw, also says that you shouldn't be prompting coding agents anymore. Instead, you should be designing loops that prompts your agent or Claude Code. So let's understand how you can set up loops and stop prompting your Claude Code session in each and every single step. To give you an example, here is my loop that will automatically read issues every 5 minutes in my GitHub, create a branch to fix that issue, make sure that the work is done, commit and create a PR or pull request, merge to main and automatically close the issue on its own without you having to prompt even once by designing loop or writing loop yourself. So let me show you what are loops, how you can get started and build yourself one. But before we move forward, let me show you different example of loops for different use case and circumstances so that you will understand better and apply it to your workflow. Here is my Instagram reel scraper that will find top trending Instagram reels in last 24 hours and you can see the different outlier score and it will automatically rewrite that transcript in my brand voice. So let me open one example. Here is the original script that we have scraped and here is the new original script written in my own voice. So it is running every single 2 minutes and finding me viral Instagram reels in my niche. Another example can be building the entire carousel system end to end without my involvement whatsoever. So these are the 5 passes and as you can see there are no overlapping, there are no overflowing in my Instagram carousel series without me even have to give a direction, topic ideas, content angle. It will figure out everything on its own and make sure that all of these files are verified successfully and every single text block sits inside the safe zone, nothing is overlapping, there is no extra noise and is automatically registered inside my directory with git commits. So coming back to what are loops is basically your way of telling Claude, hey, I'm not going to prompt you anymore. Instead, I'm going to design loops that will prompt you. It will give you a set of tasks. Hey, this is what you have to done and we have the end goal or desirable results. And in between, the loop will be automatically running to make sure that we are moving from our problem to solution. In a nutshell, your job is now not to prompt anymore. Instead, you have to design loops. So let me give you 2 concrete examples of loops. First, we have polling loops, which basically means that every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes, you have to run this loop. And second is dynamic loops, which is, hey, you have this final end goal that you have to reach and figure out all the ways you need to do. So here we have our dynamic loop where we will just give it a spec or a feature request. Let's say we want to build a landing page for my website and then it will implement. Then it will automatically run code reviews. So if you know, inside our Claude Code, we have this feature of code review that will automatically find all the existing bugs and errors and fix them. And until all of these errors are solved, it will not move ahead to the next step in the flow. So here we have one loop inside our code review, then another loop is built lint. If the exit is green, then and then only it will move to the next step, which is verified inside our Chrome browser. It can be either by using Agent browser, Playwright MCP or Claude in Chrome. So it will open the browser, make sure that all the UI UX is working properly. Sorry, not UX, but all the UIs are placed perfectly. And until the spec or feature request that we have set out is proven, it will merge the PR and send you a done Slack message. But without using loops, you have to prompt in each and every single step until the whole process is done. For instance, you have to watch all the implementation phase and make sure that everything is working great. Then you will move to the code review process where you will find errors or bugs. Then you have to prompt again to make sure that all of them are gone. Same goes for the build plus lint errors. Then you have to watch it manually do the Chrome browser. Then you have to create PR, merge them. And then finally this 1 unit of work will be completed by you have to manually involve in every single prompt or in every single phase. But by using loop, you step out of the process and give your agents true autonomy it deserves. Another example can be polling loops. Let's say you want to run it every single hour, every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever scheduled cron job that you want to run on. For example, we have this loop that will run every 2 minutes to find any open issues. If yes, then it will read the issue, fix it, open PR or pull request, merge it and close the issue on its own. So before, you have to check the issues for yourself, fix each one of them yourself individually in all of these steps. But with loops, it will automatically clear them out and you haven't typed anything. Now it's time to design loops in practice inside our Claude Code session. So I will call loops by using slash and then simply type loop. We will create this loop example where every single 2 minutes it will find for any new issues and fix them automatically. Awesome, I have defined the schedule cron job of 2 minutes. Obviously it can be 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you like. What it has to do is open GitHub issues. If it finds any, it will read them, implement the fix, run and build test until it is green, open a PR or pull request, merge it and close the issue when done. But if there are no new issues, just say nothing new. Awesome, so it will set up the loop and the interval is 2 minutes. As you can see, it is listing GitHub issues. Right now there are no issues, so it will say nothing new. Let's head back to our GitHub and create a new issue to see this in practice. For instance, this is my website and I can see there is no mail or email inside my footer. So the title of the issue will be add get in touch email link in our footer. Inside description, let's add our email address. Now this is the key part, which is the done condition or the final or stop condition. So when it will stop or consider it done, when it will find and mail to or email address inside link in the footer. Let's create this issue. Awesome, issue created. Let's head back to our Claude Code session. After 2 minutes, it is listing GitHub issues again. And as you can see, it has find new issue. Let me find the footer. It has located the footer. I will add that get in touch to the footer row right now. Here you can see it is adding my mail. And now it is passing. And now it is testing build and lint. And now it is going through build and lint tests. And now it is going to build and lint until it is green. Awesome. So all of them have passed successfully and no errors. And the done state and the done or final state is the HTML contains the mail to link. So you can see it is pushing that to production. And the final or done state is solved HTML contains the mail to link. And as you can see inside our website, we have this get in touch button that will automatically open my email, which is Manthan leadgenman.com. Awesome. So it has verified that the mail to link contains our email address. And now it will automatically push, open PR, merge and close the issue. Right now it is committing the change, pushing branch to remote, creating a pull request or PR, and now closing the issue. Awesome. Again, it is running as the 2 minutes has finished and finding that if there are any new issues or not. And as you can see the result, nothing new anymore. So that's how you can create loops where you haven't involved in the process at all. You have just designed the loop or the harness of your Claude Code session that will run every single 2 minutes to find any open issues. And if so, it will read those issues, fix it, merge it and close this issue every single 2 minutes. So that way, as you saw, I haven't even typed anything or prompt my Claude Code session. I have just designed the loop once and then it will automatically find those issues and fix them without my involvement whatsoever. And as you can see, it ran once again. List open GitHub issues and nothing new. Now let's stop this loop. Awesome, the loop is stopped and no more 2-minute issue check. But for the record, it has fixed or solved that footer mail to link and now no more issue is remaining. What we did was we set up an polling loop that will run on a clock. It will never finish until we stopped it manually like we did, and it will watch for new work. But with dynamic loops, we just give it a goal or a task and then it will make sure that everything is going to complete it, and then it will run this loop once and stop once it is done. And that's where the complexity of nested loop or inner and outer loop comes in. So we have this inner loops of code review, build loop and Chrome verify loop. So these are 3 inner loops inside this one main outer loop that is just going to run once. So basically you cannot even call this as a loop but an advanced workflow. Now example of those type of loops can be, here is our loop that we have called and we want to build a feature that is described in the specs below. So here is our specs, which is to create a landing page for this company. Lamoura, and this is the route or API navigation. These are the requirements, brand colors, and what is the done or final condition is the route returns 200, everything should be rendering perfectly, and the call to action should be download for free. So here is our loop prompt. So run this as one dynamic loop end to end and don't stop me until you are done. First of all, create a branch, implement this feature for the spec, and then comes our nested loop. First loop is our code review. Once it is done building the feature, then run this code review command and fix every issue it finds and re-review until everything is done. So until there is zero finding, it will stop running inside this code review loop. Then it will go to the second loop, build plus next lint, find any errors, and until everything is green, which means everything is passed, run this loop over and over again. And last but not least, our Chrome verify loop, which is opening agent browser by Vercel or Playwright MCP, screenshot every page and make sure that everything is done provably true on its live page. And when all of these loops are passed, make sure you commit, open a PR, merge it, and pull main. Here it will start creating that loop, which is going to be dynamic mode without any polling or intervals. It's a run one self-paced build loop that will have all of these three feature specs, and this is the implementation part, then code review part, and make sure that everything is fixed until it is clean. Then it will go to the next loop, which is built and lint, and make sure that everything is fixed until it is green, and comes our third loop, which is verify in Chrome until everything is fixed and rendering successfully, and then commit and screenshot. So it will start building the page. It's the Next.js app router page per folder. It has used the color schema, written the code for it, and now calling our code review skill. So it is right now inside our first inner loop, which is of code review. And as you can see, it has found no errors inside our code. So no runtime correctness bug, and then it will start with the second loop, which is build plus lint. So it is linting the new page. And the good news is there were no TypeScript error and the route was returning perfectly 200. So it is compiled and it serves. So it will turn into the third verification stage, which is our Chrome verify loop that will open in browser and fix everything in terms of UI. Right now I am using agent browser by Vercel team and not Playwright MCP, as it is much more context or token efficient. All of these 5 sections have rendered perfectly. It has screenshotted the landing page, read the browser agent usage, read that screenshot. Awesome, our loop has followed all of these things successfully and it has met the exit condition, which is everything is green or good to go. And the final step of the loop is committing our verified landing page. Here is our loop entire workflow that has run end to end and exited on a clean pass. Here was our input, which was creating a marketing landing page, the implementation step, code review loop, lint and build loop, Chrome verify loop, and the output is committed page and the screenshot proving it works. So by designing loops and giving your agent goals specific like this, you step out of yourself in this entire workflow and you are not prompting agents anymore. You are designing loops instead. Otherwise, what I have done is you would have involved in this implementation process, you would have gone back and forth with prompting with code review process. Same goes for build, Chrome verify, creating a PR. Every of this step you have done it manually and give or prompt Claude Code each time. But with loop like this, you run this one unit of work end to end without you having to involve whatsoever. But if you want me to make more videos on how I use loop inside my workflows and applications, drop a like, leave a comment below and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.